When you think of Cristiano Ronaldo, you probably think of goals, right? Trophies. But that's just the surface. What we're diving into today is something way deeper. It's the story of his mindset, that relentless, unstoppable drive that turned him into more than just a player, but a true global icon.
See, from the very beginning, his story was never just about football. No way. It was about something way bigger. It's a story of pure will, incredible discipline, and this fire inside him that just would not go out.
All right, so where does a legend like this even start? Well, you might be surprised. It wasn't on some grand, glamorous stage. Nope. It all began on the small island of Madeira in Portugal, pretty much as far from the global spotlight as you can get.
I want you to just forget the superstar you see today for a second. Try to picture this. A young boy, born into a family that was really struggling. Every single day was a fight. And his drive? It wasn't about getting famous or rich, not at all. It was about survival. And get this, at just 12 years old. I mean, think about that. At 12, he makes this decision that would terrify most adults. He leaves his family, leaves his home, all to chase this dream in Lisbon. And what does he find there? He gets made fun of for his accent. He's totally alone. The sacrifice he made, it was just immense.
But here's the thing, and this is so crucial to understanding him. All that pain, it didn't break him, not even close. It built him. Every single hardship, every bit of doubt people threw at him, that just became fuel for the fire. It forged the person who would one day, literally, conquer the world.
Okay, so he's got this foundation of pure grit. Now let's talk about what happens next. This is where he explodes onto the world stage. And the transformation that follows is just, well, you gotta see it. So this is the moment that changes everything. It's just a friendly match, right? No big deal. But on the pitch is this teenager playing against Manchester United, one of the biggest clubs on the planet. And he plays with so much skill, so much audacity, that the legendary coach, Sir Alex Ferguson, literally told his staff, "We are not leaving this stadium until we sign that kid." Just like that. It was that decisive. And his time at Manchester United? Wow, the transformation was just insane. He showed up as this skinny kid, super talented but raw. By the time he left, he was a machine. He learned to turn all those flashy tricks into pure, ruthless goal scoring. He wasn't just potential anymore. He was disciplined, unstoppable power.
And then came Real Madrid. And look, this wasn't just another player changing teams. This was the start of an entire era. He walks into one of the most famous clubs in history and just launches them into this whole new stratosphere of global dominance. I mean, the numbers from his time there are just staggering. It wasn't about winning a game here or there. No, it was about completely rewriting the history books. He became their all-time top scorer. He won 4 Champions League titles. He collected Ballon d'Or awards like they were souvenirs. This wasn't football. This was just pure, undeniable dominance. But here's where the story gets even bigger. His impact wasn't just happening on the grass. As the trophies piled up, his fame, his global presence, it just exploded. The whole world started watching his every single move. Which makes you wonder, right? How does that even happen? How does one player go from being great at a sport to becoming a global brand, a phenomenon that's bigger than the game itself?
Well, the answer is both simple and absolutely mind-blowing. He didn't just get a bunch of fans. He built a worldwide community. He became the most followed person on planet Earth. Think about it. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. His follower count just skyrocketed into the hundreds of millions. It was like a perfect storm, you know? His incredible talent on the field created this brand of pure success, and his social media gave everyone a direct link to it. He wasn't just winning games anymore. He was winning over the entire world.
Okay, so this brings us to the real heart of the matter. The why. Why him? What's the secret sauce? What is the engine driving all of this? It really boils down to just one single powerful word: obsession. This wasn't a lucky break. It wasn't even just about having talent. No, this was a conscious choice, a deliberate, all-consuming obsession with being the best, period.
And you can actually break this obsession down, kind of like a method. First, he was obsessed with fitness, pushing his body past its limits, even as he got older. We're talking ice baths, a super strict diet, the whole 9 yards. Then, he was obsessed with perfection. You hear all those stories about him staying hours after practice, just taking free kick after free kick. But the most important piece, he was obsessed with getting better today than he was yesterday. Every single day. That was the real secret.
And if you want proof that this mindset works, just look at 2016. His home country, Portugal, they were the underdogs. Nobody, and I mean nobody, thought they could win the European Championship. But his leadership, his absolute belief that they could do it, he basically willed that team to victory. That image of him as captain, lifting that trophy for his entire nation, that says it all.
So really, his whole career is proof of this idea. That discipline, it can absolutely beat raw talent. That hunger to succeed, it can beat privilege any day of the week. And belief can crush doubt. It shows that it doesn't matter where you start, the right mindset can take you anywhere. You see, he didn't just chase a vague idea of greatness. He lived it. He embodied the daily grind of pursuing it. And that's why hundreds of millions of people follow him. So that leaves us with one last question, a question for you. He followed greatness relentlessly. What do you follow?
If you like this video, subscribe for more videos like this.